and welcome to the first YouTube video on the Nugtales channel. Today we will be sharing some useless information on some 90s blockbusters. Going to the movie theaters was a big deal back in the day. Whether you were with your friends or family, grabbing that big container of popcorn and watching cutting-edge movies like Jurassic Park, Men in Black, or Toy Story was a wonderful time. But did you know that the highest grossing film of the 90s was James Cameron's Titanic? It grossed a modest $1.8 billion worldwide. The film almost didn't star Leonardo DiCaprio in the lead role. Instead, Matthew McConaughey was considered for Jack because he was a more seasoned actor. However, in the end, James Cameron decided on Leo. But if Matthew were cast as Jack, it would have been alright. Playing opposite Mr. DiCaprio was Kate Winslet. During filming, she endured a lot of punishments such as bumps, bruises, and even hypothermia. It was almost like they were on a sinking ship. And here's another interesting tidbit. The scene where Jack sketches Rose was actually drawn by James Cameron himself. That's right, those artistic hands that you see belong to the director. He is quite the multi-talented guy. Titanic was nominated for 14 Academy Awards and won 11, including Best Picture and Best Director for James Cameron. This tied it with Ben-Hur and later The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King for the most Oscar wins. The film's costume designer, Deborah L. Scott, meticulously recreated early 20th century fashion. Kate Winslet's stunning Heart of the Ocean necklace and gown are particularly memorable. Now, let's hop from the North Atlantic Ocean over to the Pacific coast of Costa Rica, where Jurassic Park was filmed. Jurassic Park is based on a novel of the same name written by Michael Crichton. The bidding for the movie rights started even before the novel was finished. James Cameron and Tim Burton both wanted to make the movie, with Cameron saying his version would have been like 1986's Aliens with dinosaurs. Universal ended up with the rights and Steven Spielberg directed it. Not all dinosaurs in Jurassic Park were CGI. Many were life-size animatronic models created by Stan Winston's team. The T-Rex animatronic was particularly impressive, standing 20 feet tall and 40 feet long. The movie won 3 Academy Awards: Best Sound Editing, Best Sound Mixing, and Best Visual Effects, recognizing its technical achievements. Creating a believable T-Rex scream is definitely worth an Oscar. Fan favorite Dr. Ian Malcolm was played by Jeff Goldblum, but was almost played by Jim Carrey or Michael Keaton. Imagine Lloyd Christmas or Batman sitting there with their shirt undone. You're welcome for that mental image. Speaking of casting choices, did you know that Harrison Ford was offered the role of Dr. Alan Grant? He turned it down, and the role eventually went to Sam Neill. Ford later admitted he regretted passing on the film. I guess even Han Solo makes mistakes. Here's another fun fact. The sounds made by the velociraptors in Jurassic Park were created by mixing the sounds of different animals, including dolphins, walruses, and even mating tortoises. So the next time you hear those terrifying roars, just imagine a turtle romance happening in the background. Now from Men in Dinosaur suits to Men in Black suits. Men in Black is a spectacle to watch, and none of it would have been visually appealing without the help of Rick Baker, the alien makeup and special effects artist. He's worked on many of your favorite films like Click, The Nutty Professor, and Batman Forever, just to name a few. Vincent D'Onofrio, who portrayed Edgar the Bug, underwent extensive makeup and physical training. To achieve Edgar's jerky movements, D'Onofrio wore leg braces to restrict his movements, adding to the character's unsettling appearance. He definitely freaked me out as a kid. Mission accomplished, Vincent. Several celebrities make cameo appearances as aliens in the Men in Black surveillance system, including Steven Spielberg, Sylvester Stallone, and George Lucas. Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones were very, very stylish in the movie. The pair both wore Predator 2 Ray-Bans, which became an instant hot item. Before the movie, 1.6 million worth was sold, but afterwards, sales jumped to a nearly 5 million. Fun fact about Men in Black, the original comic book it was based on was much more darker and much more violent. The filmmakers decided to go for a lighter, more humorous tone, which worked out pretty well, wouldn't you say? Now, let's talk about a groundbreaking animated movie, Toy Story. It was the first feature-length film entirely created by CGI, and it changed the animation industry forever. Buzz Lightyear was originally supposed to be called Lunar Larry, but I think we all can agree that they made the right choice with Buzz. Tom Hanks, who voiced Woody, recorded his lines while lying down to simulate the character being dragged around. That is some serious commitment to a role. Toy Story was Pixar's first feature-length film. Before this, they had primarily focused on creating short films and commercials. The film is filled with Easter eggs and references to other Pixar works and popular culture. For example, the carpet in Sid's house is a homage to the carpet in the Shining's Overlook Hotel, because nothing says children's movie like a reference to a horror film. Another fun fact, in early drafts of the script, Woody was originally a ventriloquist dummy, but the creators decided that might be a little too creepy for the kids. Imagine Woody with a fixed, eerie grin. Yep, that's some nightmare fuel. And now to a galaxy far, far away. Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace was released in theaters on May 19th, 1999, written and directed by George Lucas. One of the most divisive characters in Star Wars history is Jar Jar Binks. Played by comedian and actor Ahmed Best, Jar Jar was the first fully CGI main character in Star Wars. His design was influenced by a mix of animal features, including frogs and donkeys. Yep, they thought combining the elegance of a frog with the grace of a donkey was a good idea. The film's budget was around $115 million. Part of this cost was due to Liam Neeson, who played Qui-Gon Jinn. Standing at 6'4", Neeson's height caused significant extra expenses as sets had to be rebuilt to accommodate him. Who knew that tall actors could be so pricey? Neeson took his lightsaber training very seriously, undergoing extensive sword fighting and choreography sessions to prepare for his role. His dedication is evident in the epic duel against Darth Maul, one of the most memorable fight scenes in the Star Wars saga. His commitment brought authenticity and gravitas to his character. Well, that wraps up our trip down the 90s movies lane. Thanks for joining us on Nugtales. If you enjoyed these useless facts, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Until next time, keep collecting that useless knowledge.